Now, there's a big shakeup brewing at Pick n Pay. That's as the Ackerman family, including Chair Gareth Ackerman, step back from controlling the business. This move comes alongside the retailer's full-year results. During the period, Pick n Pay slipped into the red with its headline loss per share at 203 cents. And joining me now is company CEO Sean Summers. Thank you so much for your time, Sean. Now, a number of headwinds in the core Pick n Pay supermarkets business, a loss-making position, a narrowing of your margins, increasing expenses, and a 2.8 billion rand impairment. Is all the bad news in the system?
We certainly have, in the last months, been having a good hard look at Pick n Pay, its current situation, and we have been putting plans in place already that we have been actioning since January. So we have a 6-point turnaround plan that is all in place and on track already.
Yeah, well, actually, let's talk about that, because you have said that you've seen early encouraging signs of that strategic plan. Where are you seeing those green shoots?
We're seeing it primarily in revenues at store level, at turnovers at store level. So as we have put back into the company a management structure that is there to support the retail network and infrastructure that's across the length and breadth of the country, we're already seeing the beneficiation of being able to support the stores more effectively to carry out their role.
Yeah. Well, actually, just talk to us about, what will be the biggest climb on that hill as you try and get your sales back in an increasingly competitive environment, also coming from a low base?
Yes, we know obviously it's a very, very competitive environment that's out there, and from a pure retail perspective. We also know that the market is very constrained at the moment. Consumers find themselves under a lot of pressure at this stage. But notwithstanding that, with the existing store network that we have, we've seen whereby we've been able to re-energize people at store level and to refocus on the basics of our retail business that had kind of drifted a little bit into the background. That we've seen a significant change in sales in stores. And it's very, very important that as we turn the company around, that we have these fundamentally sustainable changes in direction as we get a positive cadence back into the company again. So whereas in the latter part of last year and early part of this year, we were solidly negative in terms of growth, we've now moved into a positive growth situation, and that, one must understand, is against a background where we in fact have less stores this year than we had last year, and our opposition has significantly more, which makes me even more pleased that our like-for-like sales is trending positively in the right direction.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's talk about a debt picture. The debt picture, of course, something that has been one of the concerns. I do understand that your debt did increase to 6.1 billion rand, but it did actually come out better than initial guidance. How far will the rights issue and that Boxer IPO go in easing that burden?
Well, obviously, the key thing for us this year is to remedy our balance sheet and to get our balance sheet back into the shape that it should be in. And the first one is the rights offer, which is seeking to raise 4 billion rand. And I'm very pleased to say, as we announced, that the family is following that in full. And that will go a fair way to solving the short-term debt problem that we have, and then the long-term problem that we have, i.e. to the back end of the year, will be solved by the listing of Boxer. And when we list Boxer and do the IPO, we will list and sell a portion, but maintain and retain the controlling shareholding in Boxer. And those two actions in themselves will remedy our balance sheet and basically have us debt-free at that stage.
Well, as you talk about the family, let's actually talk about the Ackerman family's role going forward. Of course, they will be foregoing majority shareholder voting control. Talk to me about, what this aims to do and what life will look like for Pick n Pay after that control.
I think that the very positive aspect is that the family is still the largest shareholder in Pick n Pay. So they have forgone outright control, but they are still a very, very large, or the largest shareholder in Pick n Pay. The fact that they are putting up to 1 billion rand back into the business and following their rights is a huge faith that's been shown in the leadership and the management and the future of Pick n Pay. So it's a very, very positive move from their perspective. And in as much as they are giving up certain control positions on the board, Pick n Pay has always been the Ackermans, and the Ackermans have always been Pick n Pay. And it's very, very important their continued participation for the staff in the company. It's a very important thing for us to feel like this is a family business, and also for our customers. You know, our customers still hold very near and dear to their hearts the legacy of Raymond Ackerman and of Pick n Pay.
Yeah. Just lastly, as we wrap up the conversation, Sean, of course, it has been mentioned that this is a multi-year turnaround, but just, is there any, financial guidance that you can give us on what to expect in the short to medium term?
We have given the financial guidance. We said that our goal this year is reduce our cash burn by half. So we're looking to swing around by about 1.5 billion odd in this year that lies immediately ahead of us. The year after that, to get to a break-even situation, cash flow break-even situation, and then to move back into profit. And we're positive of achieving this because we're not trying to achieve anything that the retail space isn't currently achieving. You know, for every year of our 56-odd year history, we've made profit every year. The fact that we've made a loss this year is obviously unsatisfactory. It's not totally unexpected. I forecasted when I returned in October that things would get worse before they got better. So as distressing as it's not been a complete surprise. And we will continue to go forward and get ourselves back to the rightful place in the retail space.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and detailing those numbers for us and also the prospects for Pick n Pay going forward.